Despite growing interest in sales in EVs, new data shows that the big drop in gas prices has lowered the percentage of car buyers interested in going electric. Phil LeBeau joins us now with more. Hey, Phil.
Hey, Joe, that headline might come to some people and they might hear it and say, well, of course, if it's lower gas prices, who wants to buy an EV? But it really does go to show that gas prices remain a primary driver of interest in buying an electric vehicle. This is new data from J.D. Power, and it's pretty clear that when the gas came from its high point in June down to where it was in August, you saw the number of people, the percentage of people surveyed by J.D. Power who were very likely to buy an EV, that percentage dropped down. Keep in mind, we are in the midst of a ramp up in EV sales in this country, where we're at about 5.2% of all sales right now being EVs, and it's expected to ramp to more than 2 million models by 2025, and when that happens, it'll be about 12 or 13% of the market. The growth in the EVs, by the way, yes, it's in California. We've talked about that at length, but it's expanding from California to the east. Essentially, everybody, all the states that touch California, that's where you're seeing the greatest growth in EV market share. The latest data year to date, California, Washington, Oregon, Nevada. Right after that is Colorado. Not a surprise, given the fact that you have a number of Californians who have moved to those states or have business or are in those states quite a bit, that you would see greater adoption of electric vehicles. Quickly take a look at shares of Tesla. Remember, the Model Y production is ramping at the Gigafactory in Texas. That's a big reason why Tesla's market share remains where it is, where they essentially sell 2 out of every 3 electric vehicles in this country. And the company has also indicated that they are looking at potential locations for a third plant in North America. Will it be in the United States? Possibly Canada, possibly Mexico. Don't be surprised if we hear some news on that within the next 9 to 12 months. And then finally, the question becomes, what does this mean for the pure electric vehicle companies like Rivian and Lucid? But remember, those companies are in a far different position than Tesla. Tesla with the Model Y and the Model 3 can get a much bigger part of the market, guys, than if you look at Rivian or certainly at Lucid. Lucid is clearly a high-end luxury EV maker at this point. Rivian, still higher priced vehicles than what you're getting with the Model 3 and the Model Y.
Yep. Interesting, Phil. We'll see with gas prices. The streak ended, I guess, and they were either flat or a little higher
yes.
the past week. But it is interesting that just a little bit of a pullback. They're still well above last year, and that actually dampened EV demand.
Right.
That's very weird.
It's just a number of people, Joe, when you get to record highs, that's when you see people say, okay, now I'm interested in potentially buying an EV. But keep in mind, there's limited supply and limited availability. I mean, if you want a mass market EV at this point, it's really hard to call a mass market EV. You could go to the Chevy Bolt, but that's really a vehicle that's not going to appeal to the same people who are looking at a Model 3 or a Model Y. You really need that middle part of the market to fill in. And once that happens, then you're going to see EV interest really shoot higher.